Welcome back everyone in ChemDraw tutorial series. In this video we'll learn some more cool things about ChemBio Draw. So in the previous tutorials we learned how to draw organic structures or different molecules in the ChemDraw, and in this video we'll continue exploring what else we can do in ChemDraw which is otherwise not possible with other software. So today we'll talk about the object menu. There are various options in object menu. We'll try to explore them. So first of all, we'll make a copy of these structures. For example, alright, we'll make a copy of compound 1. So I just selected it, and as I told you in the last tutorial, we can make a copy by pressing the control button. Keep pressing it, and you see now your mouse pointer looks like a hand with a plus sign on it. So you now click and drag this structure, so you will be making a copy of it. And leave the click, leave control. Now we have made a copy of compound 1, and we'll work on this copy now. So we can make another copy to show you some cool things. So we select this and make another copy of it just to see how we can perform different actions on it. So the first thing is that we can align these structures in any way. Like for example, you can see that this structure is here, this is a little bit up above this line, so they are not really aligned from top or from bottom to each other, and that doesn't look pretty when you print it, of course. So what we can do in ChemDraw is align them automatically. So I'll select this marquee tool. So first you select one structure and then you press shift, keep pressing it, and select another structure. Now you can leave the shift key. So we have selected both of these structures now. And now we'll go to object menu, click on object, and then see there is an option align. And if you go to align, you can align them differently, like from left edges, right edges, and top edges, bottom, centers. So for example, if I click on top edges, just see now they both are aligned and at the same height. Now if I want to align them like this, mean on the left edges, I select again this, press shift, select the second structure, go to object, align, and left edges. So see, now they have been aligned from their left edges. Similarly, we can do that with the right edges or centers. So this is a quite cool feature of ChemDraw. So you can make different big structures and then you can align them using this automatic tool, because even you have these grid lines, it's not easy to align some bigger size structures sometime manually. So it's always a good idea to align them using the automatic tools. Alright, the next thing is we can also center them on page, like select object, center on page. Look, now they are on the center of the page overall. So if you have many structures, you can select them all, and if you want to center them, you just press center on page and it will center everything selected on the page. I'll zoom it a little bit and we'll see what is the next option. The next option is about grouping. So if we select these structures again and we click on this group button, now we have grouped these structures. It's similar to like in Adobe Photoshop, we can link different layers and then they move together. So now we have linked these structures. So you see when I'll move, they will move together. And even if I select one, they both will be selected. So that's about the linking of these two structures, and you can now move them easily together, so you don't need to worry that the formatting will change or alignment of them will be changed. Alignment will be same as soon however you move them. So this is about grouping the structures, and then of course you can ungroup them. So now we have ungrouped them. You can see now they're selected separately. Okay, there is another thing about grouping these structures, sending them to back or putting them to front. For example, what will we do? We can just open this file. Alright, so for example, I'll copy something from here, like this text. Paste by pressing Ctrl V. I'll move these structures a bit up. So now, for example, we have something here, and I want to put that structure on top of it. Look, when I put it on top of this, it just disappears. I mean, it is going to the back of this image. What I want is to put it on the front of this image. So I can do two things. Either I right click, or we can do these things like the object menu in the right click, but will currently try to explore it from the object menu. So if I click on bring to front, so now this is on the front. So if I put it on this structure, it will be at the front, not at the back. Alright, and if I send it to back, of course it will just hide behind this structure because you won't be able to see through this structure. So that's the setting, and similar can be done by the right click. So if you select it, right click, you can see the option bring to front, send to back. I'll move it back and I'll delete this because we have explored what we wanted to explore with that image. So now I'll just put them here and then see what is the other option in ChemDraw. There is another option to flip the structures horizontally or vertically. I'll make another copy here and I'll show you how the flipping works. So for example, I right click on this structure, or I go to object menu. I can find this flip horizontal and flip vertical. So if I flip vertical, you can see that it's just opposite to that structure here. When it is just it looks like a mirror image of that structure. So similarly, if I want to flip it horizontally, I mean that's a real cool thing in chemistry. You know that there are mirror image structures which are enantiomers of each other. So you don't need to create enantiomers, draw them manually. You can just draw one enantiomer and then make the other enantiomer by just flipping it. So for example, these are the same structure. These are just copies. So I'll just flip this structure and make a mirror image of this structure. So I'll select this structure, go to object menu and click flip horizontal. Now it is flipped horizontally, and if you see, it is a mirror image of that structure now. I'll delete this one to keep the confusion less. So now how can we confirm that this is a mirror image? It looks like a mirror image, but we have to look at the stereochemistry. So there is another beautiful thing in ChemBio Draw. You can also measure the stereochemistry of the compound automatically. So it is just to make life easier. Otherwise you have to look manually here, like is it RS, what configuration it is. So we'll click on this object menu again and show stereochemistry. So we have shown the stereochemistry of this compound. And now we'll show the stereochemistry of this one. Object, show stereochemistry. If you look at it now, this OH, the carbon with which OH is attached, it is in S configuration, and the next carbon is in R configuration. But in this one, this carbon is in R configuration and the next is in S. So that's the right opposite. It is a mirror image. And similarly, you can see that S and R, and this one is S, this one is R. So this molecule is in a mirror image of this structure. That's an enantiomer. That's a non-superimposable mirror image. So you can create enantiomers with ChemBio Draw very easily, just like this. I mean, you right click, flip horizontal, and then you just show the stereochemistry and see that it is actually the enantiomer. So this way you can also determine the stereochemistry of a compound very easily. And we can also, of course, rotate this structure. For example, we select it, we want to rotate it. Object, rotate 180 degree vertical, 180 degree horizontal, or you can rotate by a custom angle. For example, I want to rotate it by 60 degrees clockwise. You can do it counterclockwise, this one, the second option. And then you can also rotate the atom labels. I mean, if you want the text to also get rotated, you can do that. So if I click rotate, you see I have rotated the structure but not the text. I do Control Z. If you want to rotate the text label as well, click on rotate. Now you see the text is also rotated the same amount as the structure is. So you can rotate a structure, you can flip a structure, get its mirror image, and you can align the structures. You can send them to back or bring them to front using this object menu. These are some really handy tools in ChemDraw which help you modify your structures according to your needs. I hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to get yourself informed about more videos which will be coming soon. And bye bye until that.